Hello, and welcome to something that has been way too long. Cube. Holy shit, Cloudfin Raptor is in here. Out of all the cards, of course, Birthing Pot is really good. What the hell does this do? Meh. So Enemy Dead Balance, Birthing Pot, Hero of Voxit Ridge, one of the two here are really good. I'm a big fan of Birthing Pot, so I'll pick it. Oh yeah, you have to double click this or something. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's been like 2 months or something. When I have to check if I'm recording correctly, I actually have to put it in here because I'm house sitting for someone just for today. For the remainder of the day, I've been doing it for a week now, but this is the last day that I'll be here. And I didn't bring my second screen with me, so there's no way for me to put things on my second screen and actually check there. Where are we? This one? No, this one? Yeah, so we're passing to this guy, Grisha. So we picked green. I think Solemn is in the better card. Okay. That's pretty sick. Or maybe this is better than Solemn. Like, this is just mass removal. Let's try it out. Like, it sounds really good, right? It's basically an instant that gives your creatures +1/+1, which is, well, I mean, for 2 mana it gives one creature +1/+1. But then that's basically Pitfall, right? And Pitfall was played. Not gonna pick that up. Or wait a sec. Sorry. So the previous pick we had Find Hornells versus we had Find Hornells versus Great Stable Stack. Great Stable Stack is a fine card, but Find Hornells being speed up cards, Ram Spell. Wow, man, it's been way too long if I can't even say Ram Spell. What to find here? I mean, Reanimate is fine, Grip is fine, Flint of Boar isn't the card. Bloodstone Golem is fine, I guess it's a 4-drop, but we're gonna have plenty of 4-drops, so I have to pick quickly here. I'm gonna go for blue in compulsive research. I like blue. We can always, not play it. Here we have Kazali Pride Mage, which probably is the best card. Like TV Magpie is fine, but again it's a 4-drop. We actually want early drops to go with the Birthing Pot, and then go into later drops. Not a lot of green though. Like, green seems to be getting cut, but there's no way we're not in this for now. Flooded Grove is fine, Brainstorm is fine, but Sakura Tribuilder, it fixes us. It's a 2-drop. It's a pretty good card. There's Firebolt, there's Rolling Earthquake, there's Siege Gang. Red seems to be open, so probably not play Compulsive Research, but we already jumped into white. So then we have to play 3 colors, which seems good enough, but then that's double, so we have to pick up a lot of figs for the first pack. Can we do so? I think we can. Siege Gang Commander is a really solid card. I think it's good enough to play. Then we get a Firelight ticket. Wow, man, there's so much black here. Maybe we just jump into black. Like, Dismember is a fine card, which I'll play no matter what. But Firelight tickets, it fixes. I don't think a card like Dismember will come around again, so we'll pick it up. Seeing that we're playing those two colors, we can definitely pick up Thornscape LMH. There's plenty of artifacts around. This isn't the powered cube anymore, but I mean, there's still a lot of artifacts around. And the 2 damage one is good enough on its own to play it. It's obviously not that great to just get, but I guess I'll play Wretched Bomb, but I'll pick Wretched Bomb, but meh, don't really care about it. So Compulsive Research is out. This is pretty cool, right? I mean, I like the new client. I'm not saying like, oh my god, it's the best client ever, but I like it somehow. So green is getting cut though. That's pretty annoying. Like, we can splash green because this isn't that needed to be playing base green, but we are really committed to it pretty heavily. There's Naturalize, there's Battlefield Field Force, but there's also Incinerate. I know we need to fix, but Incinerate is a good card. Just removal. We want to have removal, ladies and gentlemen. So at this point we have 3 removal cards, 4 if you count Siege Gang, 5 if you count Thornscape LMH. So we're getting there. Now we're gonna prioritize fix. I don't think having fix with 2 or splashes was the card though, and if need be we can always just cut the Ghazali. Maybe Flint of Born is the pick now because we do play red, but again it's a fix, so it's just a 2/2 for 2 that becomes a 3/3 later on. For 2 compared to Bones Player, I have to pick quickly. For each color, so that's 4 cards. Maybe Moment's Peace is better. Profane Command versus Thunderblast. Profane Command is stronger. Not gonna play those cards, of course, but you have to pick something sometimes. So everyone seems to have made their pick outside of 2 people. Now we're gonna be passing to Droster, so we're between Droster and Grisha. What the hell does this do? Becomes monstrous, put XX green. Too expensive. There's Garruk, which is pretty good. Because it's removal, it creates tokens. What else is there? Bloodbraid, but Bogard and Hellkite, of course. It's gonna be Garruk. So far, we don't actually have a lot of targets for Birthing Pot. We do still have 2 packs to go, so it's not that big of a deal. I was like, why is there a volume button here? But it's actually the slider of the size of this. Make no sense for there to be a volume button, but this is like the standard icon for a volume button, right? Creatures you control get +2/+2. Oh, it's an enchantment. I thought this was a creature, and I was like, holy shit, that's a really good creature. So Kitchen Finks has to be the pick here. It's a 3-drop, which you don't have a lot of. It's pretty good against aggro. There's not a lot in our colors for the rest though. Holy crap, this is terrible. So yeah, Kitchen Finks it is. So now we need a 4-drop and a 6-drop, something like that. It's a bit late to go to Sneak Attack, but there's Polychronos, which is a really solid 4-drop. Ranger of Eos is a card I might want to pick up, but probably don't. We only have 1/1-drop at this point. But maybe when it wheels, we will get one. And I know previously in one of my earlier videos with this new client I was like, why is there a golden border around this card? But it's actually the card you picked last. I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos as well. But man, has it been a while since I cubed. I still don't get why Wizards doesn't allow cube to always be there. Like, they're not losing any money on this, right? They're not paying out with anything outside of Phantom Point. So it doesn't really matter. Like, it's just printing digital money. Maybe it takes away from other queues, I don't know. But there's people like me who don't play anything outside of Cube. so I don't see why they wouldn't. And well, I was looking at the other cards, but I mean, there's no way we're passing on Birds of Paradise, right? It's a 1-drop accelerant, which we like. It fixes our mana a bit, which you obviously like as well. Banisher Priest is a card I wouldn't mind seeing wheel. Very unlikely though in this pack. Maybe the Zealous Conscript, which is another card I wouldn't mind seeing wheel, but that's about it. Man, what's with all the garbage? So Tamir is really good, not in my colors. Abrupt Decay is really good, not in my colors. Roofing Clouds get really good, not in my colors. This is definitely outside of my colors. So there's only Tar and Mauler at this point, which is another 3-drop, which I lack. Then there's also Condemn, but I don't think I need it. I think I want creatures. We only have 10 creatures at this point. We have a pack and a bit to go. Actually, we have a pack and 10 cards to go, so we still have a decent amount of cards in this pack to go, but there's not a lot of cards we were like, oh yeah, this is gonna wheel and this is what we want. And green got cut in pack 1, so it's probably gonna get cut in pack 3 as well. So that's a bit sucky. I'm curious about this card. Like, I haven't played with the latest set. I basically quit playing Magic the Gathering in general. Just haven't had the time for it or the motivation. So I just don't play it anymore. What does this do? Whenever you draw a card, put a +1. That seems solid. When it dies, you get 1/1 squids. That's a pretty cool card. There's also Fleece Mainline and Wall of Blossoms. Fleece Mainline is a solid 2-drop, but it's in a splash color that we might not necessarily play. While Wall of Blossoms is just a solid card in general. I guess Spellskite is a pick here. Mirror Entity is obviously solid, but again, it's in my color. It's not in my colors. Primal Command is a fine card, I guess. I'm usually not a big fan of it, but it's a fine card. But I like Spellskite a bit more. What do we have here? Bestow, attacks each turn. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and attacks each turn. Seems pretty crap. Let's pick up Ultimate Prize. So that's artifact removal and enchantment. Just burn. I guess I'll pick up the Histrodon. It's a 5-drop. It's basically a 3-drop, but it has the potential to being a 5-drop. So we're probably not playing. So if we get a 6-drop, this is what I mean with this. If we get a 6-drop, we can, you know, 3 and anamorph it, draw a card, draw another card, and anamorph it into 6-drop. But we still need that 6-drop, don't we? We need like a Inferno Titan, Green Titan, but I don't really care about the Green Titan. Think Against Me, Earthquake is the strongest, and I might just play it against some deck. Ranger of Vios. Again, it's in my splash. Is Goblin Guide better? Probably not. Ranger of Vios is a 4-drop, which I might want to play. Maybe not. We're lacking the fix now, though. Should have picked up the fix earlier, I guess. Greedy, greedy, greedy me. Like, usually I prioritize fix because it's a bit better. Because I mean, fix isn't replaceable, while other cards might be. A problem was that I got caught on green while my very first picks were green. So I assume this guy's green. Momo 391. Or maybe this guy got a lot of green through and then decided to swap into green, like maybe this guy. But I think this guy's green. We'll see. Waiting for a player to pick a card. No. Timer says 0. I have to give me a card, bro. You have to. You're obliged. Kill the Marauders, I guess. Like, this card is terrible. Kill the Marauders is that great either in our deck because we're not an aggro deck. We do have one fix in Sakura, but I don't think it's enough to do a splash too wide for those cards. This is a pretty good card. Like Case Warp, obviously. Might even play it, but we'll see for now. Per Perforce, like PH is a F, so it has to be Perforce. But there's Grim Lavamancer, which is obviously a strong card. Kurdape is just 2/3. Molten Tail Massacre, but I think we have plenty of 4 now. Check up, man. Again, no green. Lavamancer, just solid card. I think if we do something like this, we actually have a solid deck at this point. Maybe not a Battle Mage, and we might sideboard in the Pride Mage against some decks. So we're still gonna look at Fix, but at this point our curve is looking decent. Maybe we won't even play this because, you know, our devotion to red is that great. So it's just gonna be a 6/5 with the ability to deal 2 damage when a creature comes into play, which is obviously great with Birthing Pod, but we're not gonna be that chaining that often. Like, we only have 1 chain through 4 at this point. So want a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops, and we get an Uvenwald Tracker. This card is pretty sick. Soul of Ravnica. Man, I need to learn new cards. Flying 6/6, draw a card for each color among permanents you control. Exile Soul from draw a card for each color among permanents you. Wow, that last ability actually makes these cards interesting. Yeah, that last ability, wow. So basically, when it is in your graveyard, you can instant speed draw cards. We get a Wolf here, which is a card we definitely want to slam here. Magma Spray is a card we wouldn't mind seeing wheel. That's about it though. Like, we decide to cut white, but Wolf here definitely a strong card. And a Sylvan Library. Wow, nice art on this guy. Is that a new art from oh, it's from Commander set? Okay. Pretty cool art. Beast Within, I guess, or Devil's Play. What does this do? Got it. Maybe Devil's Play just because it's removal. Like, Beast Within obviously is removal as well. And this guy wheels a bit more. Yeah, it kills planeswalkers. That's basically the main reason to pick this. We get a Call of the Hammer versus Brimstone Volley versus Chain Lightning. I still think Call is a bit better though. We're not that heavy on red, but we're just gonna go 2 colors here anyway, and then Call is a really strong card. Still, the other cards aren't 4-drops anyway, and we have already a decent amount of removal in burn or fighting. And we even get more, but there's a Tron. Yeah, slam it please. So Tron is a 4-drop, which we needed just because we only had to. How many cards do we have? 24, so we need to cut 1, which will probably be the Tonerscape Battle Mage in. But then we only... oh, we have 2 here, fine. There's an Overrun, which I probably don't want to play. Repulse finally made it to the cube. That's sure to go out. I'm just taking the channel, not gonna play it, but channel is a way too strong card to still be in there. I think we're too heavy on the colors, but someone has to be green with some big creatures, right? Man, my Birthing Pod just isn't gonna be that strong. There's Multitail Masticore, which I might pick up here. There's also Tectonic Edge. Nah. There's Kurdape. I think Molten Tail is stronger. But do I need it? Meh. Just take it and then put it in the sideboard. It's good against creature decks because you can start killing their creatures. So Searing Blood wield, Kellan Champion wield, but Mechanic Spark Mage wield. Think I'll pick up the Searing Blood. Might not play it just because it's double red. Sure, Cut and Siege Gang are double red, but we're not that heavy on red, are we? We only have 5 red cards. Well, we'll put it in and then see after. It's about time, by the way, that you can move these around as well. Like you used to be able to hide them, but then you couldn't drag these around, which I found to be terrible. But they finally made it so that you can. Triskelion is actually an interesting card. I think it's not the greatest, so I'm not gonna pick it up. There's the other Triskelion, the new one, where you can put -1 counters on something. That card is way better than Triskelion. And I don't think Triskelion even deserves a spot in the cube. I think it's too expensive for what it does. When you use its ability or want to use its ability, it just, you know, shrinks, and with no damage on the stack anymore, it's a terrible card. While the other one actually grows because it's a 4/4 that comes into play with -1/-1 counters, and then you can put them on something. Your creature grows, their creature shrinks. I think it's even the same mana cost, or maybe one more. I'm not sure. But your Triskelion, like, it was only good when damage was, when you could put damage on the stack, and even then it was like trading 1/1, or maybe just a 2/1 if you got lucky. But with cards so powerful these days, I don't think it's a good card anymore. Like Repulse is definitely a strong card. Definitely deserves a spot in the cube. Like, it's a 3 mana bounce, the Thrasier card, which is pretty solid. But nowadays, cards like Triskelion, like, it only works together really well with a Vampire, and I don't think the Vampire is in the deck. What's this line here? Can I put things there? I probably can. Yep. No, put it in 3-drop slot, dude. You motherfucker. No. Can I? My God. What's with this? Incinerate, Sylvan Libraries, Celestial Tactician, Dismember, Guts, Birthing Pots, Histrodon, Garruk. So we have to cut 2 cards, and I think it has to be out of these. Like, we have 15 creatures, but we want to keep all 15 of them. They're all pretty solid creatures. We don't have a huge late game outside of Ulfir and Polycrans, which is pretty weird for green, right? Like, normally you have this insane late game with green with a Birthing Pot, but we do not. So we want to go for mid game. In that case, we definitely want to keep in the Planeswalkers. This is just a pretty good combat trick. Like, even with just the first ability, giving +1/+1, it seems solid enough. Especially seeing that we can't even attack with the spells, guys. So I don't think we want to play the Searing Blood then, because it's double red, and we're gonna be heavy on the green because of cards like this. We have 2 fixed at this point for red, so even if we only have 1 mountain, we obviously can play Siege King Commander or Cut of the Hammer faster than you think. And then we still have to cut a single card. I want to try this out. Like, it seems pretty strong, so I'm gonna play with it. Yeah, it sounds so strong. Like, I like this creature because it allows you to fight. I actually pointed at my screen because it allows you to fight other creatures and it's just removal. Then how good is this, right? Because it can be like a 3/1. Sure, it takes your turn, but it's instant, so you can do it end of turn and then attack with him. Until end of turn. Okay. So there's a, for those who do not know, there's a difference between until end of turn and at end of turn. At end of turn is actually at the beginning of the end of the turn step, while until end of turn is just at the end of the turn during the cleanup step. It all disappears. So if it says at end of turn and you do it during your end step, it still lasts for the next turn. So that was like, if that's the case with that card, holy moly, that's brutal. But it isn't. So do we need a Beast Within or the Magma Spray? Magma Spray is sorcery, right? Oh, it's instant, nice. If it was sorcery I might cut it, but seeing that it's instant. So if 1, 2, 3, 4 instant speed removal, 5 if we count this. I think we have to keep these. Maybe one Beast Within just in the sideboard. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe we want to cut a creature. But then which one? Which creature do we even want to see go? Like, this is a 5-drop, so we need these two for 3 drops. We want Sakura for sure. I don't think we want to sacrifice Spellskite that often. A Flint of Born isn't that bad. Like a 3/3 haste on turn 2 is pretty good, especially if you have like little to no late game. I'm actually thoughting about the Birding Pod. It doesn't generate any card advantage in our deck, but it's just a strong card. Like being able to tutor up a Wolfir or something. Like Wolfir is our late game, so we want to be able to get there. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the Beast Within. It's probably a pretty bad cut, but I just have no clue what else to cut. I think we have plenty of removal for. The problem is we have plenty of removal for creatures, right? We have 1, 2, 3 that you can immediately think of to remove creature, and then 5, 6 situational removal. 7 if you 4 direct if you count this as well, but you have to be pretty tricky which creature you want to kill, because you usually obviously want it to flip. What is it? Creatures you control. Oh yeah, that one. But Beast Within is the only card that gets rid of a Planeswalker instantly, or an equipment or something, because we cut the Thornscape damage as well, and the Kazali Pride Mage isn't in here either, so I think we do want to keep the Beast Within in. But then the question is, what goes out? I want to play with this card. Like, this is just glaring at me in the face, but I'm like, this card has to be decent, this card has to be played with. Maybe just to dismember, but the card is so strong. This is only a creature, right? Yeah. So let's cut the Magma Spray. Let's just see what it's just here. Yeah, I'm not gonna play those. What on earth are these guys smoking? Combine groups. Wow, nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 7 mountains, which I think is one too many. I think this is better. Like, we don't necessarily need a mountain that early on. We have to fix for it, so we're basically playing 8 mountains. Nah, let's add it. And let's Mythic. And I'll see you guys for round 1.